I've tried to serve Mr. Conwright, and he has so far avoided my service. Do you have a good address that we could serve you at?
Same address that I gave you.
Mr. Glass is actually attorney ad litem for the child and has been on the case since one of the first settings. Mr. Major was appointed to represent Mr. Conwright on the enforcement action that Mr. Glass has filed but has not yet served on Mr. Conwright.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. All right, but he can't be here today, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
So obviously, we're not going to do anything on the enforcement part today. There's no service and no ad litem at that point, but on all other matters not involving any testimony dealing with the enforcement portion of this matter, what are you requesting we do here today?
Your Honor, you reset it quickly so that Mr. Conwright could provide income information to the attorney ad litem for the child and the state. In the documents provided, we did get 2 W-2s from 2022, and based on the state's calculations, the update would be Mr. Conwright's support amounts actually increase. The state has provided an exhibit which will show that there have been 0 payments on this case since the temporary orders were put in place. Prior testimony from the hearings yielded information so that the state could calculate retroactive child support for the child since the date of birth. The other remaining outstanding issue, Your Honor, was the child's surname, since she is in fact a junior of the mother, Ms. Scott. And then, Your Honor, since we just still have the pending enforcement, the state was going to see if it's a further temporary order changing such things, and if Mr. Conwright had any update for the court regarding his pending Social Security claim or his VA disability status, since he did testify that the child has been on CHAMP VA since May.
Okay. All right, Mr. Glass.
Ms. Bongat pretty much hit all the high points, Judge. I don't really think I've got anything to add other than I believe we need other than I've tried to serve Mr. Conwright, and he has so far avoided my service.
All right, thank you. Give your name the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, then. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let the state call you as witnesses. We're not gonna go into the enforcement portion of this, but we will proceed at this point on the other items. Thank you. And you may call your first witness, Ms. Bongat. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Samuel Conwright. Sir, what is your full name?
Conwright II.
And sir, it's correct that you are the biological father of P.S. Scott Jr., is that correct?
Yes.
And sir, were you wanting your last name included in her name somehow?
Yes.
How many children total do you have that are under the age of 18?
7.
And sir, yes, last hearing you testified that you have support orders for all of them. Is that correct?
Yes.
And sir, based on the information that you provided in your W-2s from 2022, would you agree that your gross monthly income was roughly $2,802.13?
No, that's because it was still based off of me being in the military.
And sir, was there a reason that it was a W-2 for 2022 as opposed to some type of leave and earnings statement or anything else issued by the DFAS?
DFAS just gave me the correct W-2.
And then, sir, with regard to your other Texas cases, you've reported recently that you do receive non-taxable income of VA disability. Is that accurate?
No, that's not accurate.
And sir, how is it that your daughter is on VA CHAMP when you do not yet have a disability rating?
Because everything is still trying to roll over. I'm in the process of trying to complete my claim.
And so, sir, if I were to provide information supposedly provided by you that you received $3,900 as of January of 2023, that would be inaccurate?
Could be.
Okay. You had said that you have a current job as a referee of some sort.
Yes.
Do you have any of the pay stubs that have been issued to you since that job began?
No, it goes through DFAS as well.
Why is that?
It's on base. It's on base refereeing for the the intramural sports and youth and services.
And when exactly did you start that, sir?
I started that, I want to say July of last year.
And everything that, well, they don't separate out the two payments or all of the payments you receive from DFAS. It's all on one W-2. And sir, you were made aware that all of your payments should be coming through the state's disbursement unit. Is that correct?
First time hearing about it, but we'll try to work it out.
And have you actually made any support payments since this temporary orders went into place?
I haven't made any payments.
And sir, based on the prior testimony, you understand that we were going to seek a retroactive support judgment?
I do understand.
And based on that testimony, sir, about your having served a total of 18 years and 2 months, and at the time you left the military, you were an E7, the state is looking at a judgment for $3,029.76.
That I know of, yes.
And if the court grants that judgment for retroactive child support, sir, you understand the state is seeking repayment of $65 a month, which would be on top of the current child support amounts.
Understood. I do understand.
And sir, at this point, does your daughter have any means to utilize the VA champ that you say is covering her?
She should have received the card.
Okay. And at this time, sir, could you please let us know the city that you actually live in and receive mail at?
I received mail in El Paso.
And the city that you live in?
El Paso at the moment.
Okay. Your Honor, I pass the witness.
First class, your witness.
Quick question. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
All right.
I know that that's the address you receive mail at. We've been trying to serve you with documents. Do you have a good address that we could serve you at?
Same address that I gave you.
And what address is that?
Mr. Glass, don't worry about that. I'm getting ready to order Mr. Conwright to have to appear before this court live on one of my my September docket. All right.
Yes, sir. Pass the witness.
All right. I'm gonna get this thing done one way or the other by hook or crook. All right. Yeah. Anyway, call your next witness then, Ms. Bongat. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Pia Scott. Ma'am, what is your full name?
Theodore Scott.
Were you able to hear my opening statement to the court, ma'am?
Yes.
Were you also able to hear Mr. Conwright's testimony?
Yes.
Do you have a preference, ma'am, how Mr. Conwright's last name is somehow incorporated into your daughter's?
Yes.
What is that, please?
I would not want her name to be changed because she is a junior. Just like he has the right to change and name his son after him, I did that with my daughter. So that should be an opportunity for me to take advantage of that right to name her after me. She's a junior, and I wasn't married to him. There's no reason for his last name to be incorporated. If he's still her father, but she's a junior.
Here's the deal, ma'am. Here's the deal, ma'am. The junior thing. Yeah, well, I've been doing this 20 years and I've never met another female child with the last name Junior. But that's your right. That's not a problem. But under Texas law, it's considered to be in the child's best interest that the child has the father's last name in their name in some manner, way, shape, or form. And you've got to give me a legal reason not to do it. And the fact that you named your daughter Junior is not a legal reason, ma'am. So
because I took the time out to name my daughter after me. So I was there, had her. Her name is Theodore Scott Jr. She was named after me. So that alone.
Now here's the deal. Don't argue with me. Don't argue with me about if that's a regular argument. You need to present the court with a legal reason why the court should not change the child's last name, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, only because it's my right also, so that's the reason.
All right, you may proceed, Ms. Bongat. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Ms. Scott, did you have any problem with the amount I stated as the retroactive support judgment from Mr. Conwright?
No,
And was the repayment amount of $65 per month on top of the current support amount also fine with you?
yes.
Right now, ma'am, how does your daughter have health coverage?
She has health coverage through myself, and through Medicaid, and July, yes, this month she did receive a insurance card in the mail from VHL.
And
It was
just
dated July the 13th.
Thank you, Ms. Scott. Sorry for interrupting. When you said yourself, that would be through your current employer, Colleen ISD, is that correct?
Belton ISD, but yes.
Belton. Okay, so your daughter at this point has 3 types of coverage she could use if needed.
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any information regarding Mr. Conwright's income either presently or back in 2022?
No.
Was there anything else,
Other
Ms.
than
Scott?
the information that I stated. No.
All righty. Sorry about that, ma'am. The lag is making me interrupt you. Anything else you wanted the court to consider, Ms. Scott?
No, I just think that this is a lengthy process because today child will be, she's 19 months, and we started this process when she was 7 months, and it's just, I just want to be completed and finalized on something because, you know, all the financial needs of her is being provided by one parent, and that's unfair, but it's tiresome. This whole process is tiresome. So I just want to make sure everything is truthful, stated, and so we can have a resolution. That's it. That's it.
And ma'am, on that, have you and Mr. Conwright been able to communicate through app close as was ordered?
No, he hasn't contacted us because it's not linked. He's not able to use it properly, or he's not, I don't know, he's not able to contact her. But all the information is there. I put her information, it's completed on my end. So once he learns how to actually use the app, then we will be able to contact him. But other than that, no.
Thank you, ma'am. Your Honor, I pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Flash, your witness.
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Bongat, you have the email information for both parties as far as sending off a request for documentation, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So again, I don't have the whole file here with me. I got bits and pieces. I have the last reset order. Okay. All right, folks. Mr. Conwright, here's the deal, sir. We're having all kind of problem with you as far as this non-payment of child support, not being able to be served. So I'm recording right now, and I got you on the record. Here's the deal, Mr. Conwright. As the 4D judge of the associate judge of the 4D court, I'm ordering you to appear at this court live on the and I'll get the right date here. Wednesday, September the 6th. At 9:30 a.m. And the address will be in the reset order, but right now on the record and being recorded, you're the appear, sir, at 550 East Suckin Street in Belton, Texas, 76513. at the 4D courtroom, and a failure to appear on your part, sir, on that date and that time will result in this court issuing the warrant for your arrest. Understood, sir?
Understand?
I'm sorry, is that a yes?
I understand, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, no problem, sir. Thank you. Anyway, as far as everything else is concerned in this matter, I'm looking at it going ahead and granting the request of the state as far as updating the child support, cash medical. Ms. Bongat, you want to make this a final order today as far as that part's concerned? Or you
Well, no, Your Honor, and I just don't, well, I would be happy to if the court does not want Mr. Conwright's updates for the Social Security and the VA disability, since he claims to not have anything at this point.
all right, then. Well, he needs to run. I've appointed him a lawyer on this. He can run that information by his lawyer and can have his lawyer confirm that they've been able to get it. But from now on, everything, Mr. Conwright, will come through you and your counsel. And ma'am, again, I'm going to have to do this live. This is not going to work on Zoom, and I know you want to get everything over with. But I'm going to reset this for a live court date docket, and I want to give Mr. Conwright plenty of time. I got one in August, but it's coming up fast, and he's got to come in from El Paso, and I want to give him an opportunity to get the funds for that and be able to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do this live in my courtroom on Wednesday, September the 6th, and you'll get, and the address information will be in the reset order that you'll get, ma'am. It's a hybrid docket, but ma'am, I would prefer you to also appear live, because I would want to get you on, this may require everybody getting on the witness stand and swearing everything under oath as far as the live hearing is concerned. So I would like you to appear live on that also. Would that be a problem for you, ma'am? But we can finalize this thing once and for all.
That wouldn't be a problem.
All right. So you work for BISD, so you can't be too far away from this. So obviously you got a lot easier trip than Mr. Conwright does at this point. But anyway, I want to go ahead and let the state do that reset order. We'll hold everything off in advance to then. And again, Ms. Bongat, you need to put the warning information in there for Mr. Conwright that failure to appear. The court did on the record and live did so order, and failure to appear would result in a capias for his arrest for not appearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and we'll give Mr. Major that notice also. Sir, run everything by your lawyer now going forward. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and, like I say, he's the on the enforcement, but I'll also authorize him to help you as far as giving you what your obligations and rights are and what you may be looking at as far as that child support obligation is concerned also, sir. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Is there maybe does either lawyer present need anything else at this point?
No, Your Honor, I'm good.
All right, Ms. Bongat?
No, Your Honor, I'll get that reset prepared.
All right. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you in about 40 days. Thank you. We're off the record.